Hey YouTube world, this is your buddy Joe, aka Kobe Baggins, aka the T-Bag, and within the last week or so I did a video about Thanksgiving Day traditions or Thanksgiving traditions, and one that I forgot to mention in the video was that I've been watching the Survivor Series, WWF, WWE pay-per-view since I was a kid, and I just want to tell you a little bit about that. It started in 1987 and was done on Thanksgiving night. The first one was in the Richfield Coliseum in, I believe, Richfield, Ohio. And like I said, it was done on Thanksgiving night originally, and then switched over to the night before Thanksgiving, now switched to the Sunday before. And the two original commentators, a great team of the Hall of Famers, Gorilla Monsoon, and former Minnesota Governor Jesse the Body Ventura. And all the Survivor Series matches in the first couple were all just elimination tag matches, which were 5-on-5, and then in the first two they also had 10-on-10. And how that works is the teams match up and they go until one team is completely eliminated, whether it's the whole team, both teams, just one team. And if that, like, the guys can be eliminated pinfall, disqualification, count out, submission. And the 10-on-10 work differently is that it was 20 guys, 10 tag teams on each side, and if one guy on a team was pinned, both members of the team were gone. And that's made the match go a little bit longer, which was interesting. And some of the tag teams involved in that were the Young Stallions, the Brain Busters, the Heart Foundation, Demolition, the Powers of Pain, the Bolsheviks, the Conquistadors, the British Bulldogs, and a bunch of other teams. And now I'm going to skip to the 1990 Survivor Series, which is a bit different, and how some of you would ask. The 1990 Survivor Series was different because the surviving members of the teams went on to the ultimate match of survival, and that was how that worked. And that surviving team was the ultimate surviving team, and the teams for the ultimate survival matchup were, on one side, three guys, former Intercontinental and Tag Team Champ Tito Santana, the time former member of Strikeforce, who later went on to become El Matador because of his Mexican heritage. Hulk Hogan, #1 contender to the title, and the WWF Champ, the Ultimate Warrior, versus the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and the entire team of the Visionaries, the model Rick Martel, the Warlord and Power and Glory, Paul Roma and Hercules. And other than being the only Survivor Series to do that, it has been famous and infamous for two things. I know that's odd, but the thing that it's been famous for, which I have here, is the debut of The Undertaker, who was at the time managed by Brother Love, who later handed over managerial services to Paul Bearer, Paul Bearer. And the infamous would be the debut and the short-lived career of the Gobbledygooker. And for those of you who don't know, the Gobbledygooker was portrayed by Hector Guerrero, brother of the late WWE champion, Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero. And some facts about the Survivor Series: very few teams have actually survived, like the whole team. And those are the Visionaries, who I mentioned before, Rick Martel, the Warlord and Power and Glory, Paul Roma and Hercules. The four Doinks, which were the Bushwhackers and Men on a Mission dressed like Doinks. The Undertaker's team one year, the Dark Side, The team of Sergeant Slaughter, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Virgil, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And Team DX, which is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels and Triple H. The Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff. And CM Punk. And I could be wrong on this. Sorry about that noise in the background, but what I know, like I said, I could be wrong on this, is only had one team consisting of all brothers on a Survivor Series team, the Hearts, which was Brett, Owen, Bruce, Keith, and Smith, against Shawn Michaels replacing Jerry Lawler. And like I said, they competed against Shawn Michaels and the Knights. Like I was saying, only 4 of the same people have ever competed in a match, and that was, as I mentioned before, the 4 Joints, which were the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch, and then on a mission, Mo and Mabel dressed up as Doink. And only one time ever was there the ladies tag champs, the Glamour Girls, involved in a Survivor Series match. They were the last team eliminated. And their side and surviving team was the Japanese team of the Jumping Bomb Angels. And I know only one of very few double turns at an event, being good guy going to bad guy and bad guy going to good guy, when Demolition, Axe, and Smash went from heels or bad guys to faces or to good guys, and the Powers of Pain, the Warlord and Barbarian, going from the good guys to faces to the heels. And now I'm just going to jump ahead a few years to the 97 Survivor Series held in Montreal. And that main event for that was Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels versus WWF champ and Canadian hero Bret Hart. And when the match looked like it was over after referee Earl Hebner was knocked down, he gets back up and Shawn Michaels put Bret in the sharpshooter, Bret's finishing move, and Bret wasn't tapping out, but Vince called for the bell. Vince, being Vince McMahon, called for Earl Hebner to ring the bell, rescuing Bret Hart out of his title before leaving to the rival WCW, and that was held over Shawn and Vince's head for who knows how long, and that's known as the famous Montreal screw job. And also the last couple of years for the pay-per-view, they had a few elimination matches and title matches and other junk like that. So tomorrow night is the Survivor Series, this year held at the Garden. So let's just see what happens with that. Leave your reviews, comments, possibly some comment videos, whatever you want, and I'll see what people have to say. Bye.